morning, guys. It's Monday here, and it's kind of like our first day back to school in a way. It's July 1st. No, what is this? It's not July 1st. It's July 8th. And we were going to be taking off, I said at least 1 month, maybe the whole summer, to just review. My sausages is one. And we're not doing too great at that. I think I've already talked about that. So we're getting back to it today, back to just the regular old stuff. Now Melissa and Natalie still need a couple of different curriculum books, but we're gonna just start today with what we already have until I figure out exactly what I want. I'm just having a hard time picking out 7th grade stuff, especially for like language arts, writing, things like that. So if you have any recommendations, let me know down below. And we're having kind of a late, it's 9:26. I have a rule that as long as we start school by 10, we're fine. I know we can get it done in time to just make our day work well. If we are up early and can get it done early, then I'm more than happy to do that. There are times where we're starting at 8, and that's great, but as long as we're starting by 10, I know it's fine. 9:27, so I know we're fine. And I'm getting breakfast. We're gonna do just sausage, eggs, and I still have some of those blackberries I got on sale at Aldi because I had put them half in the fridge and half in the freezer the day I got them. So I still have plenty of those. And then I'm getting some Italian chicken that I made the other day. It is just, sorry, it's kind of dark over here, chicken breast with a bunch of Italian seasonings and whatnot. I'm getting that. I'm going to do slow cooker. And I'm just doing this because this takes up less space. I can put it over here on this little counter and still have that counter, whereas my crock pot I usually plug up over here. But this is where this lives. I don't need 8 hours. So this is where this lives. And so it just seemed easier. That's where I store this. My other Instant Pot is stored in a cabinet. But anyway, so that'll be easy. And I'm going to serve that up tonight. I have these Italian garlic knots, and we're going to use them as little sliders for that chicken. But this is the sausage, obviously. These are just Aldi patties. So I'm going to get this going, get the eggs going. We'll sit down and do our Bible time, get school a-going. I bet it's too hot to do much outside. Weren't you wanting to walk Luna today, Melissa? Yeah. Okay, I don't know. You know how hot it is? It is 78. If you want to walk Luna, maybe go do it while I'm cooking breakfast. Yeah. Everyone's munching down on breakfast. My mom brought donuts yesterday, so they're having the leftovers of that. I'm just having, this is like blackberry, blueberry, protein powder, greens, and all that as a shake. Just don't feel like eggs and sausage this morning. I'm gonna sit down and it doesn't taste like it? That's good. And read our devotional while we eat our breakfast.
Blueberries too.
You have blueberries too? Yeah, you have a cup of blueberries.
Ice cubes help unstick gum from clothing. Pop rocks are mixed with carbon dioxide gas, under high pressure, which causes tiny bubbles of carbon dioxide gas to form in the candy. Rock candy is one of the oldest candies. It was first available in the U.S. and it was used as medicine.
Rock candy was? Alright, it's 11:14 and here are how things have been progressing. Liam has finished his, handwriting and explode the code, so he's on to his teaching textbooks. I can't talk today. Violet's still working on her handwriting, but she has finished her explode the code. Aria has decided to finally eat her breakfast, didn't you? And she's still in pajamas, aren't you? This morning she just had blueberries and some of my shake. The girls are they finished their spelling, which is all that they've done this morning, and they were looking at, what is this?
It's 5,000
awesome facts. Okay.
I got that for
You got that for for Christmas. And they're gonna go get started on some of their thinking tree workbooks. I got these for us at the beginning of last school year, and then we never ever used them. I think they might have done one page in here, and I put them away because we were using something else. So I'm gonna have them go work on this today. It looks pretty fun. We just decided to go a different way after I'd already ordered this last year. So they're gonna go work in that. They both have one of those. And then they're gonna go work in this science portfolio. I'm gonna do a different science for the little ones today. What's that one? Monster School. Can you read it? Read it to your doggy. So while the little girls are playing and the three big ones are working, I'm gonna go ahead and eat my lunch. I like to try to eat right before they eat lunch or right after. That way I can read while they're eating, because it's a really good time to do our afternoon read alouds because they're all busy, their mouths are all full, and it just means, like, for the little guys, I don't have to tell them to shh so often. The big guys obviously know. While I eat, I'm gonna plan, and I have so many people ask me how I plan or how I keep our lesson plans organized and all that stuff. I have tried many different things over the years, a lot of store-bought things, a lot of different brands, and I've liked them all, but I find with the amount of kids I have, the thing that works easiest for me, because I'm detailed, I like to put however much I want to put. I don't want like a little box. I use a big old, let's see, this is a 2-inch Dollar General binder, and this is just a picture the kids drew, a note Natalie had left that says, "Please read aloud, Mom." So I thought that was sweet. And then in the very front of it, I bought also this, I think this was from Dollar Tree, a little calendar, and it came with like a clear cover so you could X off and not be writing on the paper, but I just pulled it out and then separated it. So I keep this in the front for each month. And so I will write the day of school it is for us. So this is July and it's the 8th. So I'll show you a used one so you can see. We can go back to April and you can see I wrote the day it was for us and if we went on any field trips or did anything with friends. So like Monday, April 1st was the 14th day of this school year for us. And I keep track that way so I know when we've reached 180. And that way I can use it as a guide to say, yes, I feel like they're ready for the next grade. Maybe it's before that, maybe it's after that, but I make sure we get those 180 days in because we school year round. That just helps my brain to know. And like I said in other videos, we're in Oklahoma. I don't have to keep track of any of this. I just like to. It makes me feel better. You can see we don't do Fridays, and then like we had a field trip, park with friends, we had friends over, park with friends, and I just keep track of that too. I don't know why, I like to. Especially field trips, you'll notice they are counted as a day of school. So like our 19th day of school, we went to the zoo. But I count that because we're at the zoo, we're learning about animals, talking about animals. If they were in public school, that would be counted as a day of school. So that's how I keep track of the number of days that we do. And then in this binder I have dividers. Let's see, I'll turn the camera around. You saying hi?
Yeah.
Hello.
Say hi.
Come say hi.
Hi. And what I made is my little cardboard phone. We had to find.
It's a cardboard phone. Will you find ninjas?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. Okay, let me show them. Okay, so in here I have dividers. So like this is where I keep track of Bible and read alouds. So I have a book log in the very beginning. I check it off when we do it and what month, and you can see it's just very sloppy kind of. I cross things out. I should write in pencil. I don't. But just what we read in March, in April, and in May. And then behind that we will have Bible. So it just has the date, and I just highlight it so I can tell where the day was. And then I was keeping track of book reports there. That is just the different things they did to go with Bible. We'll pass that. Oh, there's my pen. And then you can see I have math, writing and reading, history and geography, and science. So I just keep track, and you can see if you turn, I just write the week it is. This is week 8. So whatever we do that week goes here, and I just put Vi, Liam, and then M and N are Melissa and Natalie. So this is not professional. This is not pretty. I am not a pretty journaling person, but it gets the job done. And again, there's week 8, and then the previous weeks I put back so I can go back and see. So like it'll have week 1, week 2, week 3, all that stuff here. kind of embarrassing to show y'all how sloppy it is, but it's all written down so I know what we're doing. And yeah, so that is simple. And then in the back I just have a few paintings, and this is just fun free time stuff the kids made for me. So that's how I keep that planned and tracked and organized. So I'm gonna go back and start today. I'm not counting any of June. I had said, if you watched how we're gonna homeschool during the summer video, I said I would at the end of June decide how I wanted to count those days, and we were only getting like maybe 2 days a week of school in, and those 2 days were review. My plan was to do 4 days a week, at least an hour every day of review. We were getting in 2 days a week at the most. I think 1 week we only did 1 day of review, and it did take us about an hour just like to do everybody, but it was just so light and so easy, and I'm just not counting any of it. It was just basically a month off of fun and some light review, so I'm not going to count it. So I'm just going to start July. Let's see, I ended off in May at day 44. So for the 8th of July, I'm going to write day 45, and that's what day of school we're starting back on. So we just had a nice month of enjoying friends and swimming and sunshine and family and things like that. But now we're gonna get back into the swing of things. It's going okay so far. A little weird getting back into the schedule of things, and a little weird because I'm not certain on what curriculum I really want to use for certain subjects of Melissa and Natalie. So I'm just gonna take this week and really buckle down and take the time to look and decide if I want to use what we have. We have something I had bought last year, and it was just a little over their head for writing and language arts, so I might try that out and see if it's appropriate now since we've taken some more time in that subject, or if I'm going to be kind of relaxed and let them do some thinking tree things for that, and maybe some easy peasy in the mix. I don't know. I know Violet and Liam are good to go, they're set. History and science, it's good to go, we're set, so I'm just trying to figure out their other stuff. So I'm going to take some time this week to really think about that and decide what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm going to go eat my lunch real quick and write down my lesson plans, and then I'll be fixing the kiddos' lunch and doing some afternoon read-alouds. Here I'm writing down, this is math, this is going to be week 11. And for Violet, I just do Vi, and she's working in her Easy Peasy book on day 174. She doesn't go in order, we just kind of pick a page that she wants to do, and we do that, and then I have a box to check it off. Liam, he's doing teaching textbooks, that's what this stands for, and he is on lesson 40. Hello. And then Melissa and Natalie, even though they are in the same grade, that doesn't mean they're always on the same day in math. One might have to redo a lesson, and the other one might not have to redo a lesson, so they're not usually on the same day. So I can't remember before we started our break what day they were on. I could look in my notes and see, but I just wrote ahead and wrote teaching textbooks, and then I'll write the lesson number, and I'll check it off when they do it. What is it?
Are you listening?
Yeah, we're listening. Yeah. All right, now I'm filling in their stuff for reading and writing. So again, very similar. Violet, and these little things all stand for stuff, which I know. Hold on just a second. So handwriting without tears, explode the code, and she has to read a Bob book. Liam is the same, handwriting without tears, explode the code, and he picks a book from the library. I write down the title. I check it off when I'm done. Melissa and Natalie are generally doing about the same thing. So like today they're doing a fun schooling assignment on Daniel Defoe. So I'll check that off, and that is kind of reading and writing right there. And then they always read 30 minutes before bed, and I'll check it off the next day, make sure they did that. Sometimes they have trouble remembering to do that, and I will move their time up into the evening so I can check it. When they're doing good, I allow them to keep it before bed. So it just depends on how they're doing, and I just write the date, and then I keep on going for all of week 11. And it's very similar for history and science, so I won't show you everything. I just wanted to give you guys an example. Oh, I also write down their spelling in this reading and writing. Melissa and Natalie do spelling, and I forgot. So I just write spelling, and it was lesson, I think, 24, girls? What? I think it was lesson 24 that you were working on. Spelling? I'll double check that, and then they already did that, so that'll be checked off, just like these are already done, so I can check those off, and they're currently working on this. So plants feed. I am a plant eater. What on this do we eat? Do you see things we eat at home?
I do not just buy.
But do we make it at home? Carrots, cherries and watermelon, strawberries,
Orange.
I didn't.
orange, wheat salad, and that's lettuce, so you eat that. Broccoli.
I only have that stuff.
There's a potato and a zucchini.
I didn't know.
Mommy puts bell pepper and stuff.
like
Asparagus.
carrots, but I do
This
like
is rice. And we do eat rice. Now we don't ever buy eggplants because I don't really like them. Plants reach up for the sun. Have you noticed that? The plants are always growing up, right? They grow down in the dirt too, but the part we see grows up. They're reaching for the sun. And they also grow down in the ground. What part of them grows down into the ground?
What to see?
The roots, yeah. Melissa is making up a bunch of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for lunch. I had one of those wraps that I'm obsessed with right now. And I'll read to them while they eat that. And these two are working on drawing a picture about the Plants Feed Me book that we just read. We'll see what they come up with. So also cut up a bunch of apples because we read that book and now they've had oranges, plums, and they want apples. Let me see, what'd you do?
Apple, peas, plum, blackberry.
Blackberry, good. Can you do me a favor? Can you write down the things that you drew? So apple, peas, yeah, I can help you if you need it, or you can look in that book. Boy, it's a first day back. So for those of you out there who think my little ones are perfect during school time, I can tell you that is not the case every day. Today proves that point. I've had to break up many a little sister arguments over baby dolls and Barbies and all kinds of things. So I'm getting tired. I had to go and make me a second after lunch cup of coffee, which is almost gone. I have been like down in it. But I mean, school-wise, everything's going good. Now they're getting along just fine. I turned on a little phonics video for them. And of course, now they're playing. Liam is working in one of his fun schooling journals, thinking tree journals. Also, he's about done with this one, but he needed a spiral notebook, and I need to go buy new ones. So I just found him a page he could use out of this. And he is doing his journaling for his science out of that. I think I'm going to switch up science and history a little bit this year. I usually do it all together, and that's been great, but I kind of sort of want to do my bigs together and my littles together because there's such a big gap in between them. We'll see. Don't hold me accountable to that just yet. I just have been thinking about the last couple of days. So they're watching, like I said, a phonics video if you hear it, and now they're playing with baby dolls. This is the state of my living room right now. That's okay. Easily picked up. It's all big things. You need help? See this dot? The dot has to go up and fit in there. There you go. Okay. Oh yes. The state of events now. It is pouring rain. We were reading by the living room window, and it like cracked thunder really, really loud, and then just started pouring.
I know, it's weird.
So yeah, we all jumped. So they're gonna go out there and play in that unless we see lightning. Then we come back in, right? And I'm gonna close the door because even though it's raining, it's still hot.
I'm wearing a jacket so I don't get rain on.
We do not go out in lightning. I've had 3 people in my family die of lightning strikes. So if there's any lightning at all, I freak out. I'm like, you have to come in. I don't play around with lightning. Woo! I don't have to water anything now. Is that so fun? Y'all are so silly. Woo! Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh. Are you playing a game? Yeah? We had to come to the library for some school books, and these two got a prize for the summer reading program. So Natalie got a book, and Lissa got a drawstring bag because they put 12-year-olds in the teen program. So they get a bag. Natalie's in the kid program. She gets a book.
Okay, smile. It's Mommy's. Hello, Mom.
a dangerous bridge. You did a good job. Wow. All right, that's very good.